वीतरागभयक्रोधाः मन्मया मामुपाश्रिताः बहवो ज्ञानतपसा पूता मद्भावमागताः. Bhagwan says, Arjuna, Bahavaha madbhavam agataha. There are very many people who have reached me, become one with my nature. How? Now here in this verse, Bhagwan summarizes the entire spiritual sadhana. So many terms are used. Now we will put these terms in an order. So first let us take Manmayaha. Manmayaha means full of me. Manmayaha, full of me. Just like Mrunmaya means full of mud. Chinmaya means full of chit, consciousness. In the same way, Manmaya, full of me. So this is the first thing to be done. What is it? Keeping God the highest priority in one's life. In short, valuing God. Only when you value something intensely, you work hard for it. All your resources like time, money, effort, they are all channelized to get that which you value the most. So Manmayaha means being spiritual minded. Just like we have money minded people. Now who are they? They are those who consider money as everything in life. And hence they work day and night to get it. So too we have power hungry people. They are mad after power. In the same way we have spiritual minded people. For them, spiritual attainment is the greatest goal of life. Even they also have duties and responsibilities in the world, but they fulfill them in such a way that they move towards God by performing them. And as they perform them, they grow in devotion, dispassion, humility, gratitude, and all other such noble virtues. They also have short-term goals, mid-term goals, long-term goals, but these goals are in line with their lifetime goal. And what is their lifetime goal? Attainment of spiritual perfection. So, how do they meet various obstacles like kama, krodha, etc., which disturb the seekers? So the next term, Mam upashritaha, taking refuge in me. So they invoke the grace of God and win over all weaknesses of the mind. In spirituality, you have to win over the mind. The fight is against your own indisciplined, disobedient mind. So in this war, many times the mind is very powerful. Winning over the mind is not easy. So what does the seeker do? He takes refuge in God. Strengthened by the grace of God, he wins this war against the mind. So Manmayaha Mam Upashritaha. So Manmayaha means valuing God and putting forth effort, keeping God as the goal. Mam Upashritaha means invoking the grace of God. So both are necessary. Self-effort and also grace of God. Self-effort plus grace of God. So here is a seeker who lives a life, keeping the Lord as the goal. Living a life in tune with the Lord. Doing only such actions which please the Lord. And overcoming all obstacles by invoking the grace of the Lord. Now what happens to such a person? Next term, Vita Raga Bhaya Krodhaha. He becomes free from Raga Bhaya Krodha. Raga means attachment, Bhaya means fear, Krodha means anger. In short, he becomes free from all kinds of negativities of the mind. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, everything. Anger, greed, lust, revenge, hatred, all the negativities he is able to come over. Now, what is the root cause of all negativities of the mind? Root cause is only raga, or sometimes called as kama. Raga means attachment. Attachment towards the world is the root cause of all negativities of the mind. You will find that whenever the mind is negative, somewhere it is attached to the world. So what has this devotee done? Instead of attaching to the world, now he is attached to Bhagwan. Manmaya mamupashritaha. And because he is attached to Bhagwan, slowly he becomes detached from the world. And when he gets detached from the world, all the negativities of the mind also slowly vanish. And when the negativities of the mind vanish, when he grows in all noble virtues like devotion, etc., then his mind becomes, over a period of time, pure, sattvic, obedient, disciplined, peaceful, cheerful. Such a pure mind becomes fit to do the jnana tapas, the austerity of knowledge, which is the next term. What is the next term? Jnana tapasa puta, the ones who are purified by the austerity of self-knowledge. Now, what is this jnana tapas? Jnana tapas is nothing but shravana, manana, nididhyasana. These are the means by which we gain the spiritual knowledge. 3 sadhana: shravana, manana and nididhyasana. All the 3 put together, we say it is jnana tapas. Practicing these 3 is called jnana tapas. So, in shravana, you listen to the scriptural teachings from a teacher, from a guru. You listen. So when you listen, you gain the spiritual knowledge, scriptural knowledge you gain. But this knowledge is full of doubts. You have a lot of questions. You have gained the information, but there are a lot of questions in your mind. So what do? These questions have to be answered in a logical way, in a convincing way. And this is done by manana. Scriptures themselves, they give the answers to all possible questions. So using these answers, one has to churn. So after a churning process, what happens? All the doubts vanish. The information which I gather becomes conviction. Conviction means doubtless knowledge. So there are no more doubts in my mind. All the doubts are cleared. Shravanena ajnana nivrittihi mananena samshaya nivrittihi. Doubts vanish. But is that all? No. That alone will not do. One may be convinced of a knowledge, but still one may not be able to live it. The true sign of knowledge is that we should be able to live what we know. So what happens is, though I am convinced of a knowledge, but because of my past habits, because of the vasanas gathered in very many births, innumerable births of the past, though I know certain things, I am convinced of certain things, but still I am not able to live it. The old ways of thinking and behaving still remains in me. I still project happiness in the world. I still consider myself as jiva. Though I have studied very many times that I am consciousness, that all this jivatva has come because of identification with the body, mind, intellect. Though I know all this intellectually, I am convinced also, but when I live, I still tend to live like a jiva. So these are all because of the deep-rooted vasanas, and now these vasanas have to be eradicated. So this is a time-consuming process where we try to practice whatever we know. We try to live whatever we know. And this trying to live what we know is called nididhyasana. Trying to make the knowledge our own. So what happens in nididhyasana? This conviction becomes transformation. Now what is the proof that the knowledge has transformed me? What is the proof? The proof is that in all situations I am able to respond based on this newly gained spiritual knowledge. Earlier I used to negatively react to situations. Now I am able to positively respond to situations. Meaning, this spiritual knowledge is readily available to me. It has become one with my personality. Then we say, yes, the knowledge has truly become ours. So the whole process is called jnana tapas. Gaining the knowledge, removing all the doubts, and making this knowledge our own. Trying to transform ourselves with this knowledge. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. This is called Jnana Tapas. So what happens to such a person who does this tapas? Jnana Tapasa Putaha. Purified by this Jnana Tapas. So over a period of time what happens is, slowly he is able to disidentify with his body, mind, intellect. He is able to completely identify with consciousness in him, which is infinite and immortal, which is none other than God himself. So such seekers who have totally identified with consciousness, Bhagwan says, Mad Bhavam Agataha. They reach me. And how many are there? Bahavaha. Very many, Arjuna. Very many have done this sadhana and they have reached me. Manmayaha, mamupasritaha, vitaraga bhayakrodhaha, jnana tapasa putaha, madbhavam agataha. So the first stage is purification of mind through karma yoga. Then gaining the knowledge through jnana yoga. So following this path, very many have reached me. They have become one with me.